Right on, guys, back with the 95 Silverado 454 TBI. So, issue I was having is my on my instrument cluster. It's unplugged now, but on the oil gauge, it was reading about, what is that, like 35 to 30 psi, or whatever it's measured at, on a cold start. Once it warmed up, it would drop to about, I don't know what that would be considered, but right above the orange line, so I'm assuming like 5 psi. And that was after my oil sending unit sensor started tweaking, so I replaced it. And this is a second sensor I got, because I thought the first one was bad because it never read that low until I replaced the sensor yesterday. So I went to AutoZone and got a second sensor, because maybe that one was just bad, you know, it happens. And it was still reading bad. Like, it read cold normal this morning, but once it warmed up to operating temperature 210, it dropped, and like my check gauges light would come on. And I was freaking out about this. Don't want my engine to seize up or anything, obviously. Never a good time. So I went to Harbor Freight, and I live in Trinidad, Colorado, so pretty far. Harbor Freight was an hour away in Pueblo, but I had to do it because I wanted to make sure. And I went and bought one of these little test gauges, which is, this gauge right here was about $44. It's a, I don't know, it says, let's see, engine and oil pressure kit on transmission. So that was cool. When I got that, plugged it in where my sensor usually goes, which is right there, and this is what I'm reading. So I don't know if it's the sending unit itself or the cluster, because even with the old sensor, when it did work, it never read that much. It would only stay at like under the 40, like cold start and everything. But with this mechanical gauge, it's reading well above the 40. I thought I was gonna have to rebuild my engine, new bearings and everything. I was kind of scared, but I've done it before in the 80 over there, so I wasn't that scared. But it's just inconvenient and money that you never really have. But yeah, we're about at almost at operating temperature, and it's not dropping like it was with the electric one. So I don't know how that works. I'm assuming it's the instrument cluster, right? I mean, it's dropping, but where it's at now, it would have been at damn near zero. So yeah, guys, just if you're ever in this situation like I am, definitely try mechanical before you take it to a shop to get rebuilt. And I'm not a mechanic. I can rebuild my motor, but that's just because I'm really cheap and I'd rather learn than pay somebody. And just to prove to you guys that it is working, let me see the line. Goes up, it's plugged in, and then if I disconnect it, then this gauge isn't stuck right there, watch. See, it drops to zero. That's how I know. Plug her back in, back up. So yeah, always check with mechanical before, you know, you think the worst.